Tai thought that she needed to go to the capital to meet her dad. Both she and her dad were inside the capital, but she couldn't enter right now. Still, she needed to find him to help Mr. Basto. She was in a dilemma. After thinking about it for a long time, she fell asleep like the baby she was. Basto pulled a blanket over her and covered her gently. He stared at the sleeping Tai and began thinking of other ways to enter the capital. Even if he couldn't go with her, he had to entrust this child to someone reliable and send her inside. He smiled faintly and then lay down beside her on the floor and slept. Later, Blackie woke up from inside the bag and looked around at Tai. She was sleeping peacefully, as if nothing bad had happened. He was worried, but she had made it all the way here by herself. He wanted to stay with her a little longer, but his power still hadn't fully returned. He felt pathetic for only being able to turn back time a little, but he told himself to wait. He would fix everything. The next morning, Tai looked around for Mr. Basto, but Granny told her that he had left early in the morning. She added that if Tai behaved well, she could come along to do grocery shopping. Tai happily agreed. At the market, everything was bustling with items and people, but there was also something very sad to see: the refugees. Granny told her that things had gotten worse because of the magic stones that had recently appeared, forcing many people to leave their homes. Tai looked at the suffering children among the refugees and felt sad. Suddenly, someone shouted that his wallet had been stolen. A hooded person was accused, but he denied it. The angry old man slapped him. Tai was shocked. She remembered something from the apartment she used to live in, how the man in room 203 used to hit the kind lady living there every day. Tai believed that people who hit others were bad people. Gathering her courage, she told the man to stop in her own cute but firm voice. The man grew angrier, but the surrounding people also told him to knock it off. Since the boy said he didn't steal it, they should believe him. The man shouted, asking if they knew who he was, but Granny stepped in and warned him to look around carefully. She told him that this back alley was where people with nothing left to lose gathered to live. If he didn't want to end up as an unrecognized corpse on the street one night, he should leave quietly. Seeing the angry crowd, the man had no choice but to leave in frustration. Tai was amazed that Granny had such hidden strength and thought she was awesome. The hooded boy was hurt. Granny asked him if he was the one staying in the last room on the second floor and questioned why he hadn't returned for days. He told her to mind her own business, but Granny told him to look at his own injured face and asked him to follow her for now. Tai wondered if she had done the right thing. She had helped a good person, right? She looked at the person's face and saw her grumbling. Later, back at the inn, they were having breakfast together. Granny told Tai to wipe her face, but the boy still looked visibly angry and frustrated. Tai felt worried. After thinking about it for a while, Tai told him that she was being mean. She asked him again if she had really stolen the wallet and warned her that if she lied, a tiger would take her away. He became even more annoyed, especially because she kept calling him Miss. Finally, he snapped and said that people had mistaken him earlier too. He shouted that he was a boy, not a girl. He was actually a handsome young man, despite his delicate appearance. Tai was visibly shocked to hear him, as she thought he was a brother who looked so much like a sister. He told Tai that she was right. He had stolen the wallet. That man had taken his money, promising to find members for a mercenary corps, but had tried to run away with the payment. Basto entered just then and overheard their conversation. Tai asked if, by forming a mercenary corps, they could get an ID card too. He said yes, but they would have to pass the mercenary exams first. Tai became excited and said they should form a mercenary corps. He got angry at her suggestion, saying she was just a child, and scolded her. He added that he was looking for experts like assassins and even pinched her. Tai said that she had a legendary puppet mon, but he didn't listen. She also said that Mr. Hammer was really strong. He asked who Hammer was. Basto then stepped in and introduced himself as Basto Purix. He asked if he really wanted to form a mercenary corps and said that he could handle a small magic stone by himself, as he was the one who had besieged the Braywood magic stone alone. The man hesitated. At the first gate, the Death Hound group had claimed they were the ones who subjugated it, and they might have connections with the knights. He accused Basto of lying. Tai yelled at him, calling him a dummy, and insisted that Mr. Hammer had done it. Basto calmly said it didn't matter whether he believed it or not. He just needed an ID to enter the capital, as he had promised to take this child to her dad. Hearing this, the man remarked that Basto didn't even look like her father, and the two of them didn't resemble each other at all. He thought they both looked like idiots. Still, he was suspicious of the Death Hound group. They seemed shady, and it had already been 2 months without finding good candidates. He had trusted someone and ended up being betrayed. Now, he needed reliable teammates as he had people to feed. After grumbling for a while, he agreed to form a mercenary corps and introduced himself as Baal Theodore. The next day, Tai was very happy. Holding the hands of Basto and Baal, she set out with them to besiege a magic stone. She was excited to be part of a team. Mr. Hammer was strong, Brother Baal was strong, and she also had the legendary Puppetmon with her. Tai believed she was strong too, as she had been first in her quail class in sports, and she said she would catch monsters just like she used to catch others in class. She confidently told them not to worry, as she was super strong. But Basto calmly told her that she wouldn't be catching any monsters. Dealing with monsters was not child's play. They were far more dangerous and scarier than she could imagine. Tai was not happy hearing what Mr. Basto said, but even her dad had warned her that monsters were too dangerous. Basto told her that he had hired someone to take care of her and introduced Nordic's Omen, a fortune teller recommended by the owner. He told Tai that she should wait there quietly with Grandpa. Tai agreed, as she didn't want to trouble them by being immature. Baal playfully teased her, calling her a crybaby and a little kid. The two of them argued for a bit, lightening the mood. Basto then took Baal along. As it was time to go, Tai said goodbye to them. On the way, Basto told Baal about Tai's situation and the need to find her dad in the capital. Soon, they arrived at a small magic stone cave. As they went deeper, it felt like a maze. They devised a plan to deal with the monsters and got ready. But something changed. The small magic stone suddenly turned into a medium-grade magic stone, and monsters began appearing in huge numbers. The situation quickly became dire. Outside, Tai was waiting with Old Man Nordics, holding the locket in which Blackie lived. Suddenly, strong vibrations shook the ground, followed by a huge explosion from the direction of the cave. Tai became worried about Mr. Basto and Brother Baal. Nordics protected her from the falling debris. From the flames, monsters began to emerge. The old man stepped forward, blocking them, and told Tai to run to safety. Tai was terrified and didn't know what to do. She stumbled back, crying. When she looked back, she saw Mr. Basto and Brother Baal badly injured. They were about to die. She didn't want to feel the same pain she felt when her dad left. Feeling helpless, she clasped her hands together and began to pray to anyone who could hear her. She cried and cried, calling out to any god who could save her friends. She didn't want to say goodbye anymore. Suddenly, magic flowed from her hands, and something awakened deep within the ground. Baal and Basto were fighting for their lives. Baal didn't want to be torn apart alive, so he took out a bottle of poison, ready to end his life. But just as he was about to drink it, something flew past him and struck a monster, killing it instantly. It was a bone. Both Baal and Basto were shocked. Soon, numerous skeletons began rising from the ground, eliminating the monsters one after another. In no time, all the monsters were gone, and the entire magic stone area was cleared. Basto asked Baal why he hadn't told him he was a mage. Baal yelled back, telling him not to talk nonsense, as it wasn't him. They looked around, wondering who could have done this. From the appearance of the skeletons, it was clearly necromancy, something only spoken of in legends. They realized that someone terrifying must be nearby. Suddenly, they heard the sound of a child crying. It was none other than Tai. She was surrounded by several skeletons that were trying to cheer her up. She ran toward them, calling out Mr. Basto and Brother Baal, still crying because she had been worried about them. Both of them were shocked to realize that Tai was the one who had saved them, and that she was using legendary magic. One of the skeletons said something to Tai, and she told them that Grandpa Nordics was safe and on his way. One skeleton joked that Basto and Bale could have become their bone friends number 24 and 25, teasing Tai. The skeletons laughed and said it was just a joke. Soon, Old Man Nordics arrived, visibly injured. Tai was relieved, as her bone friends had told her the truth and protected him as well. She happily explained that the bone friends lived underground, knew everything, and had defeated all the escaping monsters too. She continued chatting with the skeletons. Nordics approached Bale and Basto and asked if those skeletons were really that child's doing. Basto confirmed it and added that she could even hear them, while they couldn't. Suddenly, Tai called out to Mr. Basto and told him that the bone friends had collected the monster cores and that they needed those to pass the mercenary exam. Inside, there were many monster cores neatly gathered. Seeing this, both Basto and Bale were shocked at how cleanly everything had been handled. They realized that Tai possessed immense magical power and had done all of this without even realizing it. Tai then asked Grandpa if she had some kind of ability. Nordics told her that mage abilities usually awaken in the teenage years, sometimes even later, but to awaken such power at her age was extraordinary. Bale added that she was incredible, almost the strongest. Tai was confused at first, but then remembered how her dad was the strongest holy knight. Smiling happily, she said that blood is thicker than water and celebrated with her bone friends.